Okay, is that working now? And now I've lost my desktop audio. Not sure what happened there. Can you hear me? Is the audio working? I don't know what happened. Oh, it is working. Okay, cool. Sorry. I was just saying when I was muted that for some reason, every time I try to start one of these streams, I forget how to do it. Even though it's only been a week. Make mistakes. Thank you so much for the follow and very appropriate name. I am definitely making mistakes. It's okay to make mistakes. Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, so I lost my music channel on uh on OBS here. I don't know if you guys can hear that music, but I can't. Anyway, hopefully it's all working on the other end. Every streamer has made and continues to make these mistakes. Yeah, I think it was just needed to restart OBS, but we got there in the end. Anyway, so for anybody who doesn't know me, and that might be you, make mistakes. My name's James. I'm a product designer, and I am a SolidWorks user. I'm not sure if you found me from SolidWorks community or music tech community or maybe Wintergarten or something like that. I'm in all the discords. But yeah, so what I do is hardware design. And in these streams, I've been working on a product which is currently called the Live Drum Machine. If I show you here over in SolidWorks, this is where we're at so far. It's a hardware drum machine. So basically a big metal box which is just in transparency mode, but it will be metal. Like this. And basically it has a big circuit board in it and a display and a CPU here, which is what I was working on in the last stream. This is a Jetson Nano, something like a Raspberry Pi, but from NVIDIA. And it's a little bit more, let's say, a little bit better equipped for this audio use case. And I had to put in this socket. So with the CPU gone, you can see there is a socket. This is called a SODIMM socket. It's what's usually used for RAM modules in laptops when the laptops have removable RAM or RAM or upgradable RAM. So yeah, that's what I did on the last stream. And in this one, we want to put in some storage. So this is going to be predominantly a sampling drum machine. So it'll get its sounds from samples. And the samples need to be stored somewhere. The Jetson Nano has some built-in storage, but not enough. And we want to put some big storage. So we're thinking about doing M.2 storage. Or NVMe. Some people or some models are NVMe. So NVMe is like a sub profile of an M.2 storage module. You get the idea. It's a big memory card that slots into another socket. So I need to put a socket on the PCB and I need to put a little screw hole there. Anyway, that's a little bit of an intro of what's happening here. Hopefully all the streaming stuff drama wise is over. Technical issues. Yeah, maybe it's time for a bit of a chat. What are you guys up to? Make mistakes? Welcome to the stream. Glad you were able to find it somehow. Maybe you can tell me a bit about yourself. What brings you here? And Elk, we've got lots to catch up on too. Okay, so I need to bring up some components. We've got sockets, M.2. So So I've got some stuff here to show. This is an Amphenol M key M.2 socket, and M key is important. That's where the position of this little plastic bit is, and yeah, that's important for NVMe drives because, oops, clicking on the wrong programs. Caught your info on GSG. Oh, cool. Yeah, I usually put a few messages out on some Discords before I start just to, see if anybody is interested. So I guess you're from the music tech crowd then, or streaming crowd. Here's a good little explainer. I love gadgets, and seeing them designed is exciting. Oh, nice. Well, you're in the right place. So this is some different M.2 cards. So these ones are called M.2 SATA. That's M SATA. So M.2 SATA and M.2 NVMe, they both have the same width of the connector, but SATA has two keyways there. I think it's called one of them is M, which is this one, and the other one's I don't know, A or something, I forget. So SATA has both of the keys, but NVMe only has one. So if you have a slot that has both of those keys, an NVMe SSD will not fit into it. So that's why it's important. Unfortunately, Wi-Fi in the office is crap, so can only lurk. That's all right, no problem. Well, I'm glad you at least get some entertainment, and good to have you here. So, what I need to do with this model is, this is just a CAD file that I downloaded from Amphenol's website, and usually what I try to do is try to align it a bit better. So I want my right plane, well, firstly I want the front plane on the front, not on the side. The right plane should be down the middle, and the top plane should be in line with the pins, which it already is. So I've got to move some things around. And I can check this drawing to see some details about how things are aligned. So for example, I can see that the back of the slot where the M.2 card goes in is 1.75 millimeters from the pins on the bottom for alignment. Sometimes, on the socket for the CPU, the pins are aligned with the point where the card meets the end. So you can make that the front plane, but I think in this case I'll make this the front plane, because then I can snap the M.2 card onto that plane. A lot of technical jargon. Yeah. Get the idea. It's all fun and games playing with music tech devices, but there is a lot of very tedious design stuff that goes into it as well. So let's get this thing oriented a bit better. How about you, Elk? What's happening with yourself? I've been seeing you posting a lot of stuff online. I saw some stuff about binaural microphones that you had bought and were setting up. I don't know what you were recording with that, but it looked pretty cool. Those microphones with the little ears on them. Very creepy, but very cool as well. I'm into that sort of stuff though. I don't have one of those, but I have I have one of these, which is like the poor man's version of, well, not poor man's. I mean, it's still kind of expensive, but it's a more affordable version of binaural recording. Why is this thing sticky? What the fuck? Ew. Why is it sticky? It's like the coating is on the outside has dissolved. Did the batteries leak? Ew. Oh, it's sticking to my hand. Zoom, what have you sold to me? I don't know if you can see what I'm doing right now, but this thing, I just pulled it out of the case and like the whole surface is like sticky. Like it's chemically dissolved the outer coating of it. It's disgusting. What could cause that? It's been sitting in this sealed plastic case. Time to upgrade. I mean, I've barely used this thing. I've used it all of like 3 times. The batteries look fine. Hold on a second. I need to wash my hands. They're covered in like sticky plastic. I'll be back in a second. Dude. I'm like, what the hell? Pretty sure that recorder is the standard XY mic pattern. Binaural is a bit different and these mics are far more sensitive. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, the only similarity is like stereo capture, I guess. But the positioning is different and everything. So I'm just spraying some alcohol on a tissue to clean my hands. Dude, what the hell is with that? It's another reason why I hate overmolding. I don't know if you know what that is. You know when like you get something that's made out of plastic and it has a yeah, soft touch material, exactly. Like they mold the plastic into the mold and then they overmold some rubber material on top of it. It's the worst. Like I say this to every designer, don't ever do that. It's not good. It sucks. I wish I got the Zoom F6. I have 3 stereo mics and 1 stereo input. True, yeah. Why 3 stereo mics though? Doesn't that stuff get funky after being exposed to heat? I mean, yeah, it's not going to be getting that hot in here though. Like it's just been. It's been sitting in a plastic box in an apartment, you know. Dude, this stream is off to a terrible start. part with no audio. I get my hands all covered in dissolved plastic. Binaural mics, stereo contact mic, and stereo EMF mic. EMF mic? Does that feel like ghost hunting? Dude, I've just got like medical alcohol all over my hands now. So tell me what you've been doing with all these mics and recordings. I think I've almost got the sticky stuff off my hands. What am I gonna do with that thing? Like, I want to use that. Oh, Marco. Welcome back, Trotec. Good to have you here, Marco. Ready for some good suggestions? Alright, let's get back into it. Where's my mouse? Okay. So, Trotec Speedy 100. You got it. So let me check how accurate this CAD is to the drawing. 1.75. 1.75, that's pretty good. Okay. Let's check one more dimension. Maybe from here to here. 5.7. 5.7, nice. Gotta love it when manufacturers make their CAD models accurate. Big fan of Amphenol. It's an Australian company. Well, actually I don't know that. There's definitely an Australian subsidiary, at least. I'm getting ready to start my outdoor performances with my field kit. I'm going to manipulate the sounds coming through my mics to create tracks in real time in remote locations. Dude, that's a sick idea. Because you're already like creating soundscapes. Why not go into a soundscape and manipulate that? That's sick. Nice idea, man. Trotec stream. I don't have a Trotec stream, but I did make a video of the Trotec. Did you see the video I did of the Trotec when it was cutting? Okay, I'm losing track of what I'm doing. Need to split this face. Let me just check that it's in the middle. It is. Okay. Split line. Yesterday cutting. Who's yesterday cutting? You or me? I wasn't. Exactly, but it's going to be under a different account, recording as the Abyss. There's a whole character I'll be presenting as well. Okay, is this part of like the thing with like the different deities and stuff that you're coming up with? Okay, move bodies, this body, mate, this is something that always confuses me, why the front pins are higher than the back pins. Why do they do that? Or do they, or don't they? No, they don't. Okay. Eventually it'll get there, but I may change that depending on how these go. Okay. Well, I mean, I never want to discourage you in any way, but I do like the sound of this more. Not that I don't like the idea of creating like the fictional and universe and stuff, but like, you know, obviously I like seeing you make music, so that's cool. Or making sounds at least. Oh shit, I missed a bunch of messages. Bought a new tablet, graphic tab with pen. Nice. Are you using it for design or something, Marco? Trying Cub J, welcome to the stream. Hi, I want to offer promotion of your channel. Okay, that is spam. Marco, for designing. Nice. What are you designing with it? Like 2D design stuff? Wacom tablet. Yeah, actually, I would like to get one of those as well. I think it'd be cool for the stream if I had one like with the overhead cam looking down at the desk. My overhead camera is like totally crooked right now, but I need to fix it up. Craftsman Studio, hi all. Hey man, welcome back. Thanks for joining again. Elk howdy. Okay, yeah, I want to do stuff that is relaxing and a little sinister depending on filming location. Dude, that's a sick idea, going outside and doing that too. I'm jealous. I want to do that. Alright, I got a little bit off track there. Yeah, I always used to, like, I grew up near a forest, and I always used to dream about, like, setting up equipment in the forest and, like, recording something or doing some performance in there. Still haven't done it, but maybe at some point. Okay. That should be enough positioning. Front plane looks good. Right plane looks good. Wait, no. Top plane and front plane look good, and right plane also looks good. Nice. So then I'm going to export this. Well, I'm going to save it as a, let me just make sure I don't have the wrong folder come up here. No, it's all good. Gonna save it to sockets, m.2, amphenol. Gonna name it this. Oops. Gonna make it a step. If anyone's wondering, there's two different types of steps, 203 and 214. 203 I think is just like an older, more basic one that doesn't have colors and stuff. I think, don't quote me on that. Smaller file sizes too. Okay. This keyboard, Logitech G213 Prodigy. Are you talking about my keyboard? This one? Look at that angle. This keyboard is a G613, sorry. Well, I'll show you some spots in my state. It'll be cool because the species in the recording may be unique to my area. So it'd be cool. Yeah, that's sick. What do you mean species, like birds and stuff, or? I guess that'll be the things making a lot of the noise. Maybe some insects. Okay, so now I open the step again, and this time it just says imported, and I will turn off the annoying shading, and I'll save this as a SolidWorks part. Then I can put it in here, and I'm gonna put it in upside down. So I'm gonna put it on the underside of the device. This way, the reason for putting it on the bottom is that it means the traces can be very close to the traces on the SOM, so the storage has very little distance to get to the processor, distance in the connections. And the reason why the SOM has to be on the top is because it's going to be thermally connected to the top of the enclosure. There still could be a way that I could put it on the bottom. I need to think about that a bit more, I think. Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe it could be nice to have it on the bottom. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, birds, bugs. That makes sense. I have a lot of hidden spots in the state I can hit up that are remote. I'm scouting locations and finalizing my kit. Once the temps drop, I'll be filming, practicing with my setup for a couple of months so I'm comfortable playing live. That's sick. So what are you actually going to take there? You're going to take recording gear and then what else? Like the Electron stuff, or like some samplers, or I mean some effects based things, or okay, so I'm going to insert my socket in here just roughly. And I'm going to give it some basic mates. I'm going to put it in a folder actually. Call that storage. Top plane, mate with top plane. Not coincident, but parallel. And reversed, so it's upside down. Yeah, so the reason for putting it on this side also is because if it's on the top, that takes up space where we can't put buttons and things. And on the bottom means that if you take the enclosure back off, then you'll be able to have direct access to upgrading your storage, or replacing the storage if it fails. No, only mics, iPad, tracker, MIDI controller, field recorder, and battery packs. My pack powers my kit for about 7 to 10 days on a charge. Jesus. Wait, so then what are you going to be doing with the sounds? Like, are you going to be... So the MIDI controller is going to be doing something to control effects on the iPad or something? Okay, welcome. Good to have you here. Hey, to you too. I'll be using looping and effects, all on the iPad. You're always surprising me, like how you change your ideas for what you want to do, but... Oh, this is Raya from a few months back. That's right, I remember. Do I remember? I mean, I remember your name, and I remember your picture, but what can I remember about you? I think you were either from Germany or from Netherlands. Am I right? Hopefully I'm not way off. I need to keep like notes of all the people that I've talked to. And it's not that many, so I should be much better. Can you give me a little recap what we talked about last time? While I try and figure out what I'm doing here. Need to get my PCB drawing. Bro, this... Oh, Seattle area. I was deeply laid off at the time. That's right. Wow, my memory is not as good as I thought. This iPad is insane with what it can handle. I love exploring sound and experimenting. It's why I'm not a musician. Yeah, I mean, go for it. Why not? Okay, shit. What am I doing? Now, Raya, am I right in saying you're a SolidWorks user? Okay. It's gonna go somewhere on the back, like this. Is it facing the right way? No, it's not. Of course not. But I don't know which way it's gonna face yet. We chatted about Raspberry Pi samplers or something along those lines. Oh, that's right. You were talking about making something with you're doing a project with a Raspberry Pi. Just wanted to check in and see how things are progressing. I mean, slowly. I don't know if I was still doing the Raspberry Pi stuff maybe at that time, but we actually had a meeting, me and the other guys who were part of the project, and we decided to switch to Jetson Nano instead of a Raspberry Pi. So I undid all my hard work there and put a socket in there for it, and I'm now putting in a slot for some M.2 storage. But you know how it goes. I need to make all the drawings for the skeleton to make it fit. All that fun stuff. So, yeah, SolidWorks whatnot. I'm in Karcher now. Got myself a Boeing job. Holy shit, man. Congrats. Nice work. Okay, so you should be teaching me how to do this stuff. Yeah, I'm fiddling around with bloody musical equipment, and the two guys that are talking to me in here both have aerospace experience. What the hell am I doing? Good moves to switch to the NVIDIA board. Those things look serious. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't my choice. Like, I'm not against it. Initially, I was kind of like, oh, it's a bit expensive. But the other guys talked me into it. Basically, it's just a matter of Raspberry Pi can't handle so many channels of audio. And the Jetson Nano can. I think it can handle like 16 channels or something, whereas Raspberry Pi technically can only handle 2 channels without some really fancy wizard kind of stuff. So yeah, we decided to go for that. And even though Raspberry Pi has a lot of community support, the documentation for the Jetson Nano is like kind of insane. Like a lot more thorough, I would say. So yeah, we're doing that. And also like there's lots of good documentation about how to design cooling solutions for it and stuff, which is something I'll need to do. So yeah, I think it's a good choice. Oh yeah, I had an offer from the Department of Defense for nuke sub inspection, but turned it down. Boeing was another I interviewed with, but decided not to move states. Jesus, something I regretted. Lol. I bet there's probably pretty big money in the Department of Defense. Jeez, and Boeing. What am I looking for? Pin. I want to find out what size the pinholes need to be. Is it going to tell me? There's only one page. Pin is 1.6 and it's 1.1. Okay. Oh yeah, and yeah, this is the board. Okay. It's the same pinhole sizes as the other socket, I think. So 1.6 and 1.1 plus or minus 0.5. We're all the same engineer monkeys, just different dress codes. Yep. Yeah, well, you know, I don't do too bad for myself. And I don't have to wear a shirt and pants to work, so it's alright. What am I doing? Tolerance. Symmetric. Okay. I think the most important thing is that you enjoy what you're doing, or at least that you're entertained by what you're doing. You gotta either, well, what do the people say? You gotta be learning or you gotta be earning. But, you know, you can't survive off only earning, I don't think. I think you gotta be getting some kind of entertainment out of it. Wait, now, how did I do this on the last one? Nuke subs does sound pretty interesting though. There's quite a few of those subs in my area. God, there must be so many defense engineering jobs in the US. Just realized there's something on my display. Getting like weird sticky liquids all over my office. Aryan? I don't want to say that in a way that sounds like Nazi. Aryan? Hey back. Welcome back, man. Thanks for joining me again. I'm lucky my job lets me 3D print all day. Keeps me quite happy. Yeah, dude, I love that stuff. Like, I get bored at work when I have to do specification documents and stuff, but you know, when you get a chance to get into the workshop and 3D print something or laser cut something, it makes it all worth it. Bremerton. What's Bremerton? Exactly. Largest stockpile of nukes in the US, I think. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, that's where I was offered a position, but they gave me the option of Norway and Japan too. Norway! That's the Australian way of saying no way. Bremerton, Washington. Okay. Right, because Seattle is in Washington. Geography, you know? Oh my god, I keep getting so sidetracked. I need to look at how I did the drawing for this socket. Right, I just did points in the middle of the pins. Okay. Where are you from? Where am I from? I'm from, if you're asking me, I'm from Australia, but I live in Germany. I'm Norwegian American, as Norway, so Norway was indeed where I would have gone. They were going to move my family too. Dude, that would have been sick. But yeah, it is a big move. On this topic, I think it's probably time I share some news with you. I mean, this is a big thing in my life right now, but I don't think it'll affect you guys very much, Elk. But I should tell you anyway. I've decided that I'm moving back to Australia. So for the last 4 years, I've been living here in Berlin. And initially, I came on a working holiday visa. Ooh, indeed. Kids are in high school and didn't want to uproot them again. Yeah, that's fair. That would be a hard thing for kids. Yeah, so decided I'm gonna go back to Australia. Basically, yeah, I came here on a working holiday visa. When am I planning on moving? Basically the end of October, so quite soon. Your girlfriend coming too? Look, fingers crossed, but it's a whole discussion. Yeah, I don't want to get into that here, but you know, she's from Italy, so it's also a big move for her. Yeah, it is soon, very soon. But yeah, so I came here on a working holiday visa, and initially I was thinking I'd be here for like a year or maybe 2 years, even though the visa's only 1 year. I got citizenship with Malta because I've got Maltese family, which allowed me to stay longer. But yeah, like in the beginning, yeah, I only thought I would be here for a couple of years maybe. And yeah, all of a sudden it's been 4 years, and I'm like, I still want to go back to Australia. And last year I went back and visited, and I thought maybe that would sort of tie me over for a while and make me think like, oh yeah, and you know, I saw everyone and I'm ready to go back to Germany. But if anything, it probably made me want to go back more. And yeah, that's a change of life. Yeah, it definitely is. It is a big change. Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, this is why I haven't really been streaming so much lately, because obviously there's a lot of things to sort out. Lots of discussions to be had, of course. But yeah, so it's all organized with work and everything. Like I'm leaving my current position. I'll probably stay on as like a contractor for a while. Do I have a place there? No, but like my family live there, so I'll stay with my sister for a bit. If I have to, I can stay with my parents, but hopefully not. Hopefully I won't need that. And I've been talking to a few companies about jobs. So, and like a guy that I used to work for has offered me a temporary contract. So like, it's just a matter of getting back on the ground and starting to look around for places to live and stuff. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm excited and very nervous at the same time. Um, yeah. That gets some money in your pocket at least. Yeah, I think I'll be okay for money. I'm not too stressed about that. Um, yeah, it's just finding somewhere to live and all those fun things. Job market seems to be pretty good in Australia now. Um, so yeah, that's a positive. And the housing market looks horrible. So that's a big negative. I had a friend that went back recently, like last year, and he had a real estate agent tell him like, if you're not a girl or a couple, like, just don't even try to find a place. So we'll see. Could be interesting. I'm also moving end of this October, but from Ohio to Colorado. Okay, we've got all the Americans in here. Yeah, I mean, moving anywhere is tough, man. Like, for me, it's gonna be tough um, in terms of like uh, bureaucracy, but the physical moving won't be too bad. Like, I basically need to just get rid of everything here. Like, I'll sell everything other than what fits in a suitcase and a couple of guitars that I'll bring back. Um, so I guess at some point I'll have to make a video about my setup that I have here and then do like a whole new setup when I get back and make it bigger and better. But yeah, moving from Ohio to Colorado, obviously it's a shorter distance, but I bet you're probably moving a whole bunch of shit there. So that, that's also tough. Um, yeah. So, yeah, both excited and shitting my pants. But, yeah, there's a lot of things that I miss about Australia. I'm sure there'll be things that I miss about Germany, but right now I'm focusing on the things that really piss me off here because that's helping me uh, stay focused on why I made this decision. But there's a bunch of reasons why I want to do it. Part of it is like I would like to get more into maybe even making my own business or something. Maybe trying to make one of my own products that I could design on here on the stream, and I could sell it on a website or something. We'll see. But any of those kinds of things are a lot easier for me to do in Australia than they are in Germany because I have a big network in Australia and I can understand the language. Bureaucracy is 10 times easier, both because of the language and because Germany is just like impossible to do anything. Please make a guitar pedal that can host VST. You know, I've thought about it. I actually spoke about that with Yessa the other day. Yeah, there's other things I want to do. I don't know. I've thought about doing some more design stuff where like I'll design things like the vocal booth that I made. Maybe I want to do a new version of that, and I'm not going to sell vocal booths because it's too big and logistical nightmare, and I don't want to do warranties and all that kind of stuff. But maybe I'll sell the design plans to do it for, I don't know, $5, or maybe I'll just make it like pay whatever you think it's worth with like a minimum of $1, and you know, if 2,000 people watch it and pay $1, that's not too bad. I'm a student still in college, but I'm taking a break from working in the engineering environment to work in the mountains for fun. Oh, hell yeah. I've been designing a snowboard binding I want to advertise. Nice, man. I actually designed a snowboard for my high school design project, but it was pretty lame and basic. But yeah, snowboard binding is cool. I'm big into snowboarding too. I love it. I want my Arturia effects in a pedal. Yeah, I honestly have been thinking about this. Like, you know, like these new gaming handhelds. Like, I think, did I already? The processors that are inside these, I feel like you could just put that in a box and put Windows on it, and then just have like a little VST host running inside it and a built-in audio interface. I say just do this. It's obviously a huge undertaking, but I feel like it's easier than making your own operating system and marketplace and all that kind of stuff. I don't know. I want to do a new desk design because I might have brought this up on the stream before. By the way, I just got distracted and remembered that I put this click counter thing on here and I haven't restarted it this stream. But the idea is that it counts how many clicks I do while I'm working. So we can start it now. BRB, you're gonna take my audio interface to my laptop. What? Alright, for the portable setup. All good, man. Alright, tell me when you get back and I'll tell you what things I want to design. In the meantime, let me do some stuff here. Damn, you're legit monitoring yourself like a corporation. Yeah, CPM. No, I just thought it would be interesting to see like how intense I get into CAD on the stream. Yeah, last time it was like 2,000 something. This time it's going to be much less, I think. I mean, I'm already an hour in and I only just started it. Better monitor your mouse movements. Lol, not enough clicks in the day. Yeah, man, I'm way low on clicks on this stream for sure. I've been talking too much. You should get one of those eye trackers. I mean, I feel like I'm so unproductive. It would probably not be very interesting. What I would like to have is like a graph over time, like a little box here that, oh my god, I can't move my finger. A little box here that has like a graph over time of like activity, of like how much I'm actually doing. And then I can look at like my clicks per minute and be like, holy fuck, I've been talking too much, guys. I gotta do some more clicks, and then just be like, yeah. I don't know. I think if I had an eye tracker, you guys would just see how much I have like ADHD. The dot would just be going all over the screen. I think I move my eyes around too much. Monitor brain activity. I'd be flatlining. Okay, I gotta do the board height. Welcome to the club. What's that, the ADHD club? Do you think ADHD is a superpower? Potentially, but it has like, it definitely has a kryptonite. I feel like it has potential to be a superpower, but you need to know how to wield it, and I struggle. Like if I'm not streaming, I'm already getting so sidetracked trying to explain this. Like proving my ADHD. I was just thinking, because I'm trying to get hired at the moment, I'm trying to find a new job. I sometimes worry if they were to watch these streams to see if I'm any good at CAD. They'd be like, yeah, he knows what he's talking about, but he is so unproductive. Like he'll CAD for 2 hours and barely do like one connector on the device. It's because I'm like talking and, you know, I can't like focus and get into like flow state doing CAD while I'm streaming. And this might sound like an excuse, like, you know, you should see me. Normally I'm really good at this, but right now I'm terrible. But like, I feel like if I put music on, or even a podcast, because podcasts seem to occupy a different part of my brain than what is responsible for CAD. So if I put music or a podcast on and get in the zone, I will just be like going crazy. So in that case, ADHD can be like superpower, but fuck, like the amount of different things I try to do with my spare time and fail at most of them, or like make very little progress on most of them. It's like, it's hard to call it a superpower, you know? Yeah, I'm always trying to do so many different things, different design projects, and, you know. But now I'm getting better at like keeping track of them. And I feel like it's good because rather than getting bored of a project and not finishing it, I just keep track of the progress, where I'm up to, so that I can return back to it and not have lost everything. Like at some point, I'm probably realistically going to take a break from this project, because I'll be like desperately wanting to do something else, but at least I'll know how to get back. You took too long of a break. Too long of a break from what? I like my ADHD because when I like something, I get super focused. But on the opposite end, if I don't want to do something, I can't get my brain to behave and focus. I'm totally the same. This is why it's most important for me to have a job that I find interesting. Like the money, getting paid more won't allow me to focus. Like I have to do a job that I'm interested in, which most of the time I am, but like, I don't know, what I'm currently doing is a bit different to what I have done in the past, and it's like I'm finding it hard to stay focused. Because yeah, I'm the same. Like when it's something I'm interested in, I'll be like at 1 a.m. looking up like components on Mauser or something when I'm about to fall asleep, because I just like I can't wait. I need to like look this up. But yeah, if I'm like at work sometimes and I need to write some document, some boring document, I'm like sitting there looking at it like I will do anything but this. I'll clean the toilet. I'm super monotropic. I don't know what that means. Put a task in front of me and it's all I will focus on, and I hate being interrupted by anything. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm the same. I've found my people. This is an ADHD support group. Yeah, dude, what the hell? Like, we've all assembled to the same place. The problem is the interest changes so often. Dude, okay, so let me show you this. This is what I have. I have the app Notion, and write um, I write uh, like documents in there for like different projects that I'm working on. So that if I'm thinking about one of them at some point during the day and I'm like, oh, I should do that, like that would be really cool, I make sure that I write it in the document for that project so that I don't forget it. And if I find a link for like a YouTube video where somebody explains something that is really relevant to one of these projects, I make sure to get the link of the video and put it in here so that like when I get the interest back to work on that project, everything is there for me and I haven't like forgotten about it. Because otherwise you go through these loops of like getting really focused on one thing and then getting focused on another thing, getting focused on another thing, and then you come back to this one and you end up kind of overlapping and like repeating a lot of the stuff that you had already done because you forgot about it. You know? So so yeah, I use Notion, and in here now, like this is the design ideas I have. First one is Studio Desk. uh Sorry, I was just checking the messages. um Interest changes so often. Yeah. um so what I was going to say before is Studio Desk. I think I brought this up on the stream once, but I was like, yeah, I want to make a really cool desk like that's all set up for streaming and also set up for making music and making videos and all this kind of stuff. And at that stage, I was already thinking like I'm going to move back to Australia, and I want to design this thing so that when I get back to Australia, I'm ready to build it. That's not going to happen. Like it's not going to be ready in time. But just so you know, like I mean, I've been thinking about going back to Australia for months and months. So. I've got Studio Desk, a guitar design, vocal booth version 2, PA subwoofer, PA synergy horn, PA DSP rack module, a MIDI controller, a NAS server. I have a document here all about audio video bridging, an electric car, a computer keyboard, a computer mouse, some DSP ideas, studio monitors, building a CNC, and a controller pedal, like a guitar pedal that's a controller. That's just like the current things I'm dreaming about designing that I'm constantly thinking about. Guys, welcome to the ADHD club. We're here. We're in it together. I'm loving this. Definitely need to do that. I keep 5 windows of Chrome with 20 tabs a piece, all slightly organized into roughly similar topics. Okay, and it's horrible. Yeah, see, I keep a lot of bookmarks in my browser as well. Not in this browser. I keep this one blank just for streaming. Oops, this browser. But in my normal browser, I have like really organized bookmarks. But I don't know, I'm slowly transitioning away from bookmarks because I never check them. Slowly transitioning more into the Notion app, because then it's kind of like more of a story. Like I go into the, like Notion is kind of designed like a wiki. Like you have your own internal wiki, and it's like these are all the links that are relevant to this project. And I could put them all in a folder of bookmarks, but I don't know. I feel like it's better to just like embed them in this document. Because yeah, I never scroll through and look at all the bookmarks I've saved. But I can't handle having open tabs and open browsers. That's where we differ. Because I always close all my browsers at the end of a computing session, and I'll shut down my computer. I know a lot of people don't do that, but I do. Um, Monotropism, ADHD, relevant section of ADHD, and monotropism. Okay, let me have a look at this. You copied half my list. Well, maybe we should collaborate on some of those projects then. Oh, what am I doing? Restream chat. Okay, I probably need to read this later. I'll try to remember. Copied half my list. Yeah, I mean, maybe, I don't know. Like, I need to find definitely people to collaborate with, because I try to do too much stuff by myself and end up failing. Plus, I need someone who can do like PCBs and stuff. So, I'm just making new cables, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna open an Etsy and sell audio cables and microphones. Turns out I like soldering a lot. Lol. Are you gonna make your own microphones? Yeah, I mean, soldering can be pretty nice. Like if you find a niche, if you find like a nice kind of cable that's like customized in a nice way or something, that could be cool. Um, I've also thought about that, like, because I don't know if you remember the cable, the USB cable that came with the Mod Dwarf. That was something that I designed and customized and got it manufactured in China. But yeah, Yessa and I have thought about that as well, like opening up a little side business that just does like audio equipment accessories and cables, MIDI cable adapters and stuff. Closing tabs feels like getting Men in Black mind wiped. Refreshing. Yeah, see, sometimes it's probably for the best, you know? Sometimes you need to clear your mind, and that's really hard. Writing lists, I think, is good. I always try to get everything out of my brain onto paper somehow. Um, so otherwise, you stress yourself out, like trying to keep track of everything. By the way, I need to acknowledge I don't actually know if I have ADHD. So apologies if I'm like uh if it feels like I'm stealing that. I'm pretty sure that I have it, but I've never been diagnosed, so I don't actually know. Um well, you can buy matched mics, but I want to make my own cables. Ah, okay. So buy the mics and sell them with the cables, or? And what happened? We had like 5 people in here, and now everybody's gone. Damn it. Luckily, I don't have free healthcare here, so I'll never know. Uh, True. To get a diagnosis. Yeah. I could do it. I've been meaning to try to get a diagnosis. Like some of my friends think I have autism. Could also be true. I don't know. It's like a spectrum. Everyone is different. Yeah. Look at my click count. It's like nothing. I've been on this screen for ages. I haven't. Forget what I'm even doing. What was I going to say? I've been getting fed a lot of ADHD content online recently. I don't know if it's just because I started clicking on it or if the algorithm knows my psychological state better than I know myself. But yeah, I've been getting suggested a lot of ADHD stuff, and it's definitely been making me think maybe I should get diagnosed. I got psych analyzed 15 years ago, and the lady told me I was irreparably ADHD and destined to be a construction worker. Okay. Fuck you, lady, right? Well, you showed her. I mean, yeah, I think having ADHD, you just have to find the thing that you are like super into, and then it does become a superpower. I've heard the autism comment about myself, to be honest. I've lived too long to care about diagnosis. Yeah, I mean, I don't really care either. I just wonder if ADHD, for example, if it is a superpower and it's just a matter of learning how to navigate, maybe seeing a doctor about it would actually be helpful. I don't know. Ah, fuck, what am I? I need to figure out this dimension. What's like the midpoint of the card? Smoke some meth and see if it gets better. I don't know. I'll think about that one. I scored low on verbal and reading cognition, terrible working memory, and scored superior in visual spatial skills. She got that part dead on. So I scored low on read. Jeez, I think I'm scoring low on reading. Scored low on verbal and reading cognition, terrible working memory, and scored superior in visual spatial skills. I feel like that's definitely true for me about visual spatial skills. If I'm going to self-assess, I think that that's probably one of my strongest abilities is visual spatial skills, understanding 3D objects and 3D spaces and stuff, and having a good picture of how things are in space in my mind, as well as like spatial awareness. Verbal and reading cognition probably have always been a little bit behind. Like I'm a slow reader. I like reading though. Terrible working memory. I don't know about working memory. I am constantly forgetting what I'm doing here, so maybe that's true about me too. Same, probably why I was a good X-ray inspector. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I get frustrated with other people for not having good spatial awareness, but I'm talking about not for objects, but for like your surroundings. Like when somebody's walking in front of you and you're just like, or I'm thinking like this person should know I'm here and they should get out of the way, or they should like acknowledge me or something. Like this person's standing in a doorway or something, and I'm standing here looking at them like what the fuck, and it's like how have they not realized yet? I get so frustrated at things like that. Lots of people don't think in 3D at all. They barely can picture an object in their minds. It's hard to imagine not being able to spin stuff in my head. True. Yeah, I can't even picture that. Like, but I do notice it. Like, I play this game Cranium with some friends sometimes, and there's one part of Cranium where you have to like basically do Pictionary with clay. Like you have to build something out of clay. And I've never been like a skilled sculptor, but I always find like I can do that super easily. Like I read a thing that I need to like show to somebody with clay, and I can immediately think about like how that would be in 3D and how I should make it out of clay. Yeah, and some people really struggle to think about it. Visualizing things in my head is what I do best. That's why I like 3D CAD. Yeah, I totally agree. Mall walkers, lol. Yeah. Dude, mall walkers are the worst. I hate it when there's like a group of people walking on a footpath and they're spread out the whole way across the footpath. It's like, get the fuck out of the way. Like I can imagine 10 different designs in my head before I start doing CAD work. Yeah, I had this in uni. Like they would often tell you like don't go into CAD too early. Like you should do a lot of sketching and stuff first. Like if you start in CAD, you're not gonna have the best design because you haven't gone through all the details and figured things out. Like the individual parts, you need to figure them out in sketching before you start making a CAD model. And I kind of understand that, and I do appreciate like doing sketches and stuff first. But I feel like when I get an idea of a design in my head, I do so much brain CAD before I start doing the actual CAD. Like, I'll be lying there before I go to sleep, and I'm thinking about like how, like some flange bushing. This is an example. I've been thinking about like a magnetic encoder thing. I'll be like thinking about how this flange bushing I'm going to design it, and how like the shaft is going to fit through it, and the knob is going to go around it, and like the magnet inside it, and like I'm going through all these details in my head and like visualizing all how it should be shaped, and then being like, oh no, that doesn't work. That interferes with that, and like, it's like maybe some people don't do that, and maybe for them they need to do the sketching. But I'm like, I've already done all the design process over and over and over in my head. Like, there's no point in me drawing this down because I already know it. And a lot of the time, I will sketch stuff, and sometimes, obviously, sometimes sketching things is good, but a lot of the time I sketch it and I'm like, I already knew this. I'm just like, drawing this to show it to someone else. Um, we are like the Avengers of ADHD. Let's save the world with 3D visualization and CAD. Dude, maybe this is not correlation but causation. Like maybe everybody that does CAD is has ADHD. All right, but my God, I'm so distracted. I feel like I haven't done anything in the last 20 minutes. I need to find, guys. I need to find what is the mating height of the M.2 card in this socket, in this thing, and why doesn't it say it on this drawing? Dim F. Is that this? What is XX 420? What does this mean? Alright, I need to look up this part. Lol, change your stream to an IRL stream. Dude, I might have to. I'm not doing any work. Might as well just change it to like autistic guy rants about ADHD. Okay, height 4.2. I'd still come kick it. That's why I love you, man. Love having you here. The Avengers of ADHD. That's good. Oh man, I can't even remember what tab I'm meant to be on. Shit. Alright. 420. Dim E. Okay. Dim F. 2.54. But that's not the center line of the card. Reference. Right. Yeah, so as I was saying, I'm moving back to Australia. um, I don't know how I got off that, but just to let you know, like, this project will keep going. Like, even though I'm going to be far away from the other guys working on the project, Jesse lives here in Berlin, and Jan lives in the Netherlands anyway, so he's already far away. But I don't know, we're hoping that it might even actually benefit the project because I'll be closer in proximity to China, and I'll be closer in, what do you call it? Like the hours of the day, the time zone. God, my brain is rotting. We'll be closer in terms of time zone to China, so I'll be able to talk to manufacturers and stuff if we need to get parts and those kinds of things. Yeah. And I'll be able to go to the supermarket on Sunday, which is completely unrelated but very awesome. What was I doing? Right. Okay. Now you guys will be able to see what the hell I'm doing. This part has a right reference on it, and this dot should be, yeah, it's like in the center line. In the center line of, is it in the center? Yeah, the center line of the SOM card. So that's the height that I need to find for the M.2 slot. I forgot Germany shuts down on Sundays, lol. Yeah, dude, Germany sucks on Sundays. I almost wanted to not say on Sundays. I don't know. There's a lot of things I like about Germany, but a lot that I don't. Alright, how am I going to find... Oh, here we go. We got tech support. Yes. I don't want to do that. Oh, it actually is tech support. Alright, I'm actually going to do this. Judge me if you will. I'm going to ask a chatbot to help me find the answer to this question. Company name, live drum machine. State. Berlin. Seattle. Washington. Hello. What do you not like about Germany? How much time have you got? I have a list of things that I don't like about Germany. I mean, a lot of it is the same thing that German people don't like about Germany, or that other expats don't like. But just, I don't know, a lot of just day-to-day annoyances. For example, today, when I order things on Amazon, it always arrives like the next day. If I'm not here, they'll deliver it to my neighbor, because I have like 40 neighbors. So they'll deliver it to one of them. They send me a message being like, yeah, it's with this guy. And I go and get it and it's all good. Or worst case, like they would come back the next day or take it to the post office or something. But DHL, right? So Amazon is okay because Amazon is an American company. But DHL is obviously the peak of German efficiency. They arrived to my place today to deliver a package, parts for this project actually, from Mauser. The guy calls me, which to his credit, no DHL driver has ever gone to the effort of calling me. So +1 for that. He speaks to me only in German, obviously. Can't blame him. He's in Germany. That's fair. It's my fault for not speaking German. But in the little German I know, I understand. He's come here. He's asking where I am. I'm at work. When will you be here? 7 o'clock. Okay, that's too late. I'm like, can you just give it to my neighbor? And he's like, your neighbor's not here. And I'm like, I couldn't really understand him properly, so I gave the phone to my boss to translate. And she's like, yeah, can't you just leave it with this neighbor? And he's like, the neighbor's not here. And I'm like, I have like 40 neighbors. There's like the building would have to be on fire for there to not be a neighbor home. And he's like, no, none of them are here. I'm like, okay, just tell him to take it to the post office. She goes, can you take it to the post office? He's like, no, there's no post office here. I'm like, okay. So the 3 post offices where I normally pick up my packages from, just, I imagine that, I guess. So it's just like, I mean, this always happens with DHL. They're like impossibly incompetent, inefficient, and ridiculous. But also like, you could say the way to define German efficiency there is they're like efficiently terrible. Like they're very, very good at being consistently terrible. DHL is crazy fast here. Yeah, but that's because it's an American company in America. Anyway, that's one example. DHL is terrible. Like one time they delivered a package to a company that I worked for, and they wrote, yeah, it was delivered by a staff member. We found it at a kebab shop like 2 blocks away with some like random guy that obviously doesn't work for us. And they're like, yeah, somebody from the business picked it up from Mod Devices. No, they didn't. I don't know. Summary. Everything's closed on the weekends. It's annoying. Everything smells bad here. Everything's dirty. Everything's too loud. Ambulances are deafening. What else? Can't buy a lot of the things that would like to buy, like normal everyday items, just don't exist. I was thinking of something just before. Can't remember. I don't know, so many things. Anyway, I'm talking to this tech support guy. I have a question about okay. I was hiding it because you could see my email address. Oops. But I'm going to show it now. Yeah, DHL sucks here. Australia sounds like a cool place to live if it wasn't for the crazy animals. Everybody says this, man. And come on, you're in America, right? The crazy animals. So, like, the craziest animals we have is, like, snakes and spiders. Nobody's died from a spider since, like, the 80s. Snakes kill, like, 2 people a year. and you're in America, bears exist, you know? Mountain lions exist. Like, spiders and snakes, they're dangerous in defensive situations. Like, if you corner a snake and it doesn't have anything it can do, it might bite you. Very, very, very unlikely. But if it does, then it's poisonous. But a lot of them are like not deadly poisonous. If you encounter a mountain lion and it sees you from like the furthest possible viewing distance and it decides that you're a threat, you are not escaping. Like, you, you know what I mean? Like a snake, if I'm like 5 meters away from a snake and I see it before it does anything, there's not a chance the snake is getting to me. Like, it's just, they're too slow. But if I see a mountain lion or a bear from like 100 meters away and it wants to kill me, there's not a single thing that I can do, right? Like crazy animals? No. Animals are way crazier in the US. Also, people. Like, you know what kills more people than any of the dangerous animals in Australia? People with guns in America. Cars. Cows. Dogs. Pretty sure the most dangerous animals in the world are dogs and cows. And hippopotamuses. Like, they kill more people than any other animals. Mosquitoes. Humans, yeah, well, other than humans. By the way, welcome, Martin. I didn't realize we had you here. Thanks for joining in. Yeah, for sure, humans are the most dangerous animal, technically. Okay, so he's telling me this dim F is the mating height. But I don't know if that's true because like if you see this, it's gonna sit up higher on this like little contact. I've been bitten by a scorpion before, so I have a fear of insects. Yeah, I mean, insects can give you really nasty bites that hurt, but like, if I'm honest, I have a bite on my foot right now. I don't know if this is TMI, or maybe like I'm feeding into people with foot fetish. See this? That's an insect bite, and it's huge, and it's itchy as a motherfucker. And I got that in Germany, just from walking on the grass yesterday for like 2 minutes. I don't know what it was. Hopefully not a tick, but like you get bitten by stuff in every country. People who say like Australia has too many scary insects or feet pick, and you just start. Yeah. Oh well, any publicity is good publicity, right? I've been bitten by more insects in Germany in the last 4 years than I did in Australia for my entire life. Sure, they're not like deadly, but like it's annoying having itchy things biting you, you know? What's the thickness of a M.2 card thickness? 0.8 millimeters. Okay. So let me get rid of these things for now. .54 max. Okay, whatever. I was passed out for 3 days with antivenoms from the scorpion. Jesus. That's bad. See, I mean, I tell this to almost everybody I meet from another country, but the animals in Australia, like, it's way overhyped. It's not that dangerous. And I think the problem is that Australians also overhype it because they want to sound tough. They want to sound like our country is like real scary and we're big and brave for living there. It's like, it's not. 0.92. See, I imagine the center line would be somewhere in between there. .4. Okay. So maybe the 2.54 is above that face. Okay. I think this guy doesn't really understand what I'm saying. Wait a minute. Let's have a look. Let's see what we got here. So he's saying that this would be the bottom of the card. And the card would have a thickness of 0.8. Well, that doesn't work because it doesn't fit in the slot. Maybe I can show this to him. Oh yeah, so my response to Australia sounds like a cool place to live if it wasn't for the crazy animals. My response to that is USA sounds like a cool place to live if it wasn't for the crazy people. And none of you guys, obviously. You guys are all ADHD gang, Avengers, you know? You can select the connector with more height as per your application. Here we go. So maybe I do 2.45. USA has a crazy government. Wow. I'm gonna avoid politics. Not that I've haven't been shitting on Germany and everything already, but yeah. Um, yeah, I mean, a lot of countries have crazy governments. Can we appreciate that bears are more scary than snakes, though? I think the only genuinely scary animals in Australia are sharks, but they're everywhere. Like, you have them in America as well. You could say maybe crocodiles, but like crocodiles, I feel like if you're not stupid, it's pretty unlikely you'll get attacked by a crocodile. Like, you have to be kind of walking around next to the water, being an idiot, you know? Also, crocodiles only exist in the north part of Australia. Like where I come from, in Melbourne, there's no crocodiles. Okay, that didn't work. Crocodiles are also slow too, I think. Like, they can lunge out of the water really fast, but they can't run very fast. We have gators anyway. Yeah, I mean, it's not quite the same because like you can get I mean, alligators I guess get pretty big, but you can get like 5 meter crocodiles, so it's a bit of a different ball game. But the Troitech is operating now. Hell's yeah, Troitech gang, run the Troitech. Tip for you: for the links on your Kick page, need just the front part deleted to work. As you can see, it says Facebook twice if highlighted. Like where I've linked all my socials. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Let me write it down. Okay, I gotta reply to Vishal. Oh my god, it's almost 11. I should probably wrap up this stream, even though I haven't really achieved that much. But we've had a lot of fun. Well, at least I've had fun. Can I get another link that will verify the thickness? There we go. Please hold. Guys, I'm on hold. Later, brain caters. You heading off? It's good having you here, man. Good talking. Thanks for joining. Later, mate. Gotta go clock off. Catch you next time. Thanks, man. Yeah. Enjoy work. Don't know what to say. Hope you're liking it, and yeah. Hope you can stay focused. Yeah, nice to chat with you too, man. Oh God, I'm like totally. I've literally spent the last 50 minutes trying to figure out the height of this card and just talking garbage. I think I need to sleep. It's hit or miss. Luckily, YouTube isn't blocked. Ah, true. Yeah, I listen to stuff at work too. I think I'm gonna just wait for Vishal to tell me what I should do here and probably wrap up the stream. At least, I mean, I didn't really find a position for the socket yet, but we're getting there. I need to find a model of a... Actually, you know what I'll do before the stream ends? No, actually I won't. I was going to put in a little standoff and a screw, but I'll do that next time. God, what an uneventful stream. It's been a bit of a disaster, but at the same time, work-wise it's been a disaster. The microphone was muted in the beginning, and then I barely got anything done and only did 344 clicks. But there has been some good people in the chat, some good conversations, so overall I'm pretty happy. It's been a lot of fun. And you guys have been cheering me up, making me forget about having to think about moving to the other side of the world, so it's been good. Yeah, just to find something to use as the thumbnail. There we go. Something like this maybe. Trotec gang. Get some sleep and see you next stream. Yeah, good call. Alright guys, yeah, thanks heaps for joining in and thanks for chatting. It's been fun. Good to know that there's other people, you know, with the same kind of brain, same kind of life, dealing with the same things. And we can help each other out, you know? You're teaching me things. Maybe I'm teaching you. Maybe that's a bit of an ambitious statement to make, but regardless, I appreciate you being here. And to anybody who's watching later, the recording, appreciate you clicking. Really means a lot. Glad to have people still interested in this stuff. There will be more videos coming soon. As I said, there's going to be stuff coming. I've got to do like a little tour of my jankier setup here to have as a comparison before I move to a new country and make a new setup. Yeah, there's also more videos coming about this vocal booth. I made one last video about its performance and did some measurements and stuff because I need to sell it now. I'm going to get rid of it. So I can move out. But yeah, rambling again. If you clicked, thank you so much. If you liked it, would really appreciate liking the video. On YouTube is my main focus, and subscribing on YouTube if you're able as well, because yeah, it really helps with the algorithm and allowing more people to see this stuff. So, and I'm almost getting to 100 videos, which is apparently where the algo starts juicing. So hopefully that happens soon as well. But yeah, thanks a lot. If you want to check out any of my socials, they're all here, or they're linked in the description, and all that stuff. So thanks again, and yeah, I'll see you next time. Hopefully the music works on the outro. See ya.